So last night, I happened to watch the Super Bowl, as did millions of Americans, and I happened to pay most attention to the halftime show because I don't really care about sports all that much. And one thing I noticed, it was definitely better than the past 2 years. Now, one thing I noticed on the stage was definitely interesting. It was definitely made for TV more than the audience, and it was really reminiscent of like a real small poor town, which really makes sense considering the origin of most of those who performed at the Super Bowl. The choreography was definitely a lot better than the past 2 years. My mom did not like this year's because there were strippers, and I really don't care. Anyway, it was definitely interesting. It was definitely reminiscent of those older rap videos, which makes sense considering how old those rappers happen to be. Now it opened up. The opening was really good. Okay, opening is really good, and they got the orchestral opening and that transition to the next episode, which is the song, first song. I can't play any video because of copyright, but I can tell you this from a musician's standpoint, it was definitely impressive to watch. I wasn't a huge fan of Kendrick Lamar's bit. It definitely could have. I'm just not a fan. I don't know what it is. It just didn't really go for me. Mary J. Blige definitely is a good singing voice. I don't know why I didn't know that. Now Eminem, definitely the transition from Kendrick Lamar's bit, whatever that was, and Eminem's bit was a little weird. But I definitely thought it was good. I think that was good. It was interesting to watch though, just the whole show. Dancers were a little like not as there as they were last year, and that's okay, perfectly fine. Um, Kendrick Lamar's bit, of course, they were a little more there, but that's okay. Now as for just the instrumentals and everything, because if you gotta make music, you gotta have instrumentals. That's just how it works. Definitely good. That transition to the next episode was great. From the intro to the next episode, perfect. And definitely just everything. It was nice that they had like some orchestral stuff. Now, for Eminem's bit, forget that song's called. That was nice. Just they had a small guitar, some guitar stuff in there. I wouldn't call it a solo, but there was some guitar stuff and a little bit of orchestra. That was something else. Now, if you guys may not know this, if you were in the piano community watching on YouTube, you might know this. Still Dre, Still Dre was, Still Dre was definitely the best in terms of just instrumentals. Um, just that transition, that piano, that little bit Dr. Dre himself played for the beginning, wonderful. And then there's some orchestra. It was just great. The costumes, like I said, my mom wasn't a huge fan of it, but I don't care. This is Snoop Dogg definitely or something a little different from the rest of them. That's okay. I mean, that's just his personality. He's looked the same for a long time. I mean, like his hair and beard and everything, it's been like the same, I think. And Dr. Dre, of course, was in the classic leather jacket. That just looked nice. And Eminem was good too. He had the hood up over the hat. And I've seen like not the movie, but clips to it. And that seems just to be his thing. The American schedule. I don't really care about the rest of the world. Well, actually, I do. But on the American schedule, that's the biggest concert of the year, period. And it was just good. I mean, I gotta say, it wasn't like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, at I want to say like 54, with Jennifer Lopez and Shakira being pole dancers. That was a little risque, but it was fine. Not the worst thing. Not the worst things kids are watching these days. You could probably find like a music only version. Okay. Now, one last thing I want to mention. Their avoidance of the word motherfucker, the N word, were great. I don't know what they did. I'm the professionals, of course, but I shouldn't be thinking about like, ooh, I'm gonna say the N word because the N word's bad. Okay, N word's bad. But you gotta appreciate it when it just flows that nice. Okay, and the transition between all the songs was good. Like I said, from Kendrick Lamar to Eminem, it wasn't as smooth as the rest of them, but it was still good. I guess one of the shows, yeah, it wasn't the best, but it was good. And overall, this is definitely a good show. Is it the best? Well, it's hard to say. I haven't really paid attention. For the past this third year, I've really paid attention. I just didn't care. I've seen some on YouTube, of course. Seen Katy Perry. That was something. It was interesting. And there's always gonna be Michael Jackson. There are always gonna be people who have positive and negative opinions. When you have a lot of humans, it's got like 30 million views on YouTube as I'm taping this. Okay, and which is 8:04 p.m. day after. There's like 3 ads, by the way. And you can control that, by the way. Like I don't personally know from experience. Subscribe so that changes. I know personally from experience, but I happen to know you can control when the ads going. They did not need to put 3 ads. And it just goes to show the NFL's the NFL. They're always gonna want money. Now, that being said, still a good concert, still a great show. I give it an easy 8 out of 10. I did not do the Verizon immersive stuff. I still have the app. I'm curious to see 24 hours after the show started what happens when you open it. I got it right here. And that's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, so that's it. It was a good show. Overall, it was a good show. It was well choreographed, good instrumentals. Great job at not using various cuss words, and it still flowed. Okay. The set was a little weird. Some people on Reddit was like, most people can't see that, and you can see it on the screens above the field, but at the same time, it, you spending $2,000 to be there. And a lot of those people, they're there like celebrities or like the company paid for them to go. Very few. I wonder how many people. I wonder how many people were there, didn't pay for it. Okay. I also want to know how many were there and they just saved up their money throughout the year. I'm curious to see. So that's it. National anthem was pretty good too. I thought I'd just throw that. National anthem was good. It was like, hey, that's good. That's a national anthem. And God, last year's it was shit. All right, so make sure to subscribe. We're gonna pass Jesus soon, hopefully, and that's it. So that's all for now, folks. Goodbye.